Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the St Kilda vs Collingwood game, in which St Kilda ran over the top 47 to 35 point winners. Huge result. I mean, at three-quarter time I believe St Kilda had 2 goals 3 or something like that. So for them to run away 32 points to I believe nothing in the last quarter was a ridiculous turnaround, and screwed up my pick, to be honest with you. I had Collingwood by I don't know how many. I'd have to bring out the iPad, which is in the other room at the moment, and I'm not going to do that for the sake of this recording. You'll find out on probably tomorrow with what I actually tipped. But yeah, they scored 5 goals 2 to nothing in the last quarter, which is a massive meltdown from Collingwood, especially Collingwood being up at one point here, looking at it, 5 goals 4 to 1 goal 3. So they were up 25 points at one point, and they ended up losing by 12. They ended up conceding a run of 1 point to 38, so 38 to 1 run, to lose this game in basically a quarter and a half from 25 up. So, yeah, massive collapse, and thanks Collingwood for ruining that tip. Else I would have been about I probably would have been top 35 or something like that, that tip alone, and then North losing at the buzzer, basically, or there or thereabouts in the last quarter. That screwed that tip up. If those 2 tips went through, it probably would be top 15. But anyway, before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the recap. So, as you can see here, scrolling down, Vesely 103. This game wasn't for the fantasy scorers, I guess, with 1,013 each. That's surprising. The first time I really look at the fantasy scores that quickly and to see that they're level, that's interesting. I mean, it's got no relevance at all, really. So, Vesely 103. Smith, for the people that fielded her, 74. I mean, she did go up. She was, 680 beforehand, so she's gone up 140. That was a big miss, her, because she's making some good cash, and the girls that I have on the bench aren't making the best of cash. McCarthy probably is going to get dropped, so she's going to turn into a red dot. Hoare isn't making the best of cash, but she's still got 130k. I only have, really, 220, about 380k, plus I only have around 430k left in the bank to really be making moves. So maybe it isn't the best to get Gardner, but Gardner is tearing up the comp, so you kind of need to get her. She's averaging 138. Marinoff is averaging 134, so when you get those two together, they're going to get you 400 from two players in the captaincy used anyway. So there's that, and I'm pretty happy with the defense at the moment. That could almost go through the whole year in itself, with heads going up a little bit, and the midfield, I mean, it's just Prezi that I really need to get, and Presbarkis, and if you look here, row bottom, that's another 300k, and then I have the rest to spend on getting Phillips and Single, really, but Single in itself is doing well, up to Morrison and Too Good and Hoare, if I can get that, which would be 300, another 300, and 400, so that's 1 million. So I really need to find a way to gather another 1 million in cash to basically get the complete team. I mean, Schultz will slowly develop, and so currently I'm about 900k short, so I need either Too Good, Morrison, or Hoare to start falling, and Single, Phillips, and Roberts to continue rising, or BONNICI to continue rising, and the midfielders to flip in my favour. Or I need to just find a way for, I guess Everest can start gaining cash quite quickly, which will help. Hopefully she can have a good game of a 70 or an 80 so that she can gain some cash quickly, because I kind of need that, because Hoare will be going next week. And there's that. Hoare will probably have to be going next week. And, I mean, Huntington can go up quickly, but, yeah, I got nothing much left in the bank, so I really wish I had gone Smith in the end, else, because I might have to sideways trade some people and stuff like that, and you don't really want to be doing that. Smith 74, Patricios 72, Lambert 68, Priest 65. I still like Priest's role a lot, and I think she has a lot to improve on. Wardlaw 61, Xenos 59, Burke 53, Exxon 49, and no one else here really matters too much from what I can see. No one else here really is too impactful. Then you got here over onto the Collingwood side, you got BONNICI 111, absolutely huge. If we look at the fantasy by quarter, very, very consistent, 26, 26, 40, 19. And from so close from being out of my side, she's produced two very, very good results. I mean, she was almost traded out here and she's gone 91, 111. I mean, it looks ultra consistent compared to her rounds 1 and 2 results, but that enabled me to get, I guess, get what I needed out of her, I guess. And yeah, she's done really well considering some other mids have sort of failed in that time. Frederick 105, she did really well in the last quarter, 35 in the last. Can 80, Davey 77, don't know if she's injured, tagged, not suspended, I can tell you that. There was only a couple of girls suspended, but they weren't fantasy relevant. Davey for 77, that was a off day for her. Only 15 touches, 11 tackles in there though, which was huge. No goals to show for it, and 3 free kicks against, -8 there. That would have been an 85 if she hadn't given away those free kick differentials. Raul 68, so she's just not really there. Raul could be an option in the future if she does start to score consistently, as she is one of the unders for pricing wise. Kind of hoping that now that Haw's got burnt off that 142 and that's slightly on the back burner, hopefully now that if she goes against Geelong and scores 80, I am expecting her to drop in price by 20, 30, 40k, and hopefully that can start getting her down towards that million, because of course she's still going to be valuable. And I hope Phillips, even though Phillips went down 97k, hopefully she can gain that back against West Coast. If she can go 100 against West Coast, she can gain that back quickly. And I can use potentially whatever I have out of Everest, potentially 230k from Everest, and get that money from Phillips and get her up to a Haw or something like that. And it might mean that I potentially have to take a flyer on Hooker going better, or King, who seems to have gotten a better role at the moment, King. So you could look at King actually. If she continues that, if she does well against GWS, you could look at King. You could also look at, where is she? You could also look at Goldsworthy, who's really started to improve, and Goldsworthy could be your way up there as well. As Goldsworthy, I wouldn't be surprised if she's over $1 million next round after her game. She could drop an 80 against 70 or 80 against North, and then just get her in because you'll be 930k or something like that, and that'll be a way to save some cash. And Goldsworthy should improve up towards that marker. So there is that. So there is options. I mean, there probably is gonna have to be multiple week-on-week trading and trying to find the best option, but I'm sure that there's an option out there. I'm sure I'm not that screwed out of basically completing the side. Campbell, Allen, and White sort of in the 60s, Livingston, Morris, Sheridan down at 40, so she's gonna lose some value there, obviously. Brazil, Carlson, Casey, Fowler, Brazil again. Don't know if there's any difference in the way you pronounce those two names. Porter, Smith, Morrison, Dalton, and Sansonetti. And that's pretty much it for this video. Another one where I sort of get sidetracked a little bit because I'm trying to look through ways that I can maneuver around. And I didn't really watch this game, so I don't really have as much detail on this game as compared to the previous games as I will on the Friday games. I will be able to watch them, etc. And the Thursday night game, I'll be able to watch them next week, in the week coming up. So I'll have more detail for that compared to what I have for these Sunday games. But anyway, that is the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.